StarRupture is this survival game where you play as a prisoner sent to a planet called Arcadia 7. The corporation that owns you is basically using you to mine resources and dodge taxes by processing everything off-world, instead of back on Earth. The game mixes the automation stuff from Satisfactory with the survival and base defense parts of 7 Days to Die. So the main thing that makes this different from other survival games is the StarRupture mechanic. Every so often, the planet's star basically goes crazy and everything gets insanely hot. If you're caught outside during this, you die instantly. Your base gets cooked too if it's not protected. After each rupture, the planet sort of resets. That means new resources appear, the aliens respawn. Everything changes. It creates this cycle where you have to prepare for these events while also taking advantage of the downtime to explore and gather stuff. You start with almost nothing and this AI assistant walks you through the basics. You mine meteors that crash on a planet, set up your first habitat, and learn how to send resources back through this orbital launcher that basically shoots cargo through a wormhole. The whole system is about automation. You place drills on resource deposits, connect them with rails that transport materials, and then use smelters and fabricators to process everything into what the corporations want. The corporation system is also how you progress. There are different companies and each one wants specific materials. When you send them what they ask for, they give you new technology blueprints. For example, one corporation gives you weapons, another gives you better production buildings, and another focuses on survival gear. You can choose which ones to help first based on what you need. The game's combat mainly happens against these alien bugs that live on the planet. There are different types like exploding ones, shooting ones, and some that jump around. You start this with just a mining laser that's terrible for fighting, then get a pistol, and later grenades and better weapons. The bugs come out of the ground and attack your base during certain events, so you need to be ready to defend everything you built. If you die, your consciousness gets sent to a regeneration chamber and printed into a new body called a sleeve, which increases your depth. The survival parts are food, water, health, and shields. You can scan local plants to research them and unlock recipes. There's also this toxicity meter for certain things. As you explore, you find abandoned buildings from previous workers, who all seem to have died either from the bugs or the StarRuptures. You can read their logs and find upgrade chips that then improve your stats. The base building works in zones. You have a base core that creates a protected area where you can build, and you need to expand this to build further out. Everything needs power from solar panels or wind turbines. You connect all your production buildings with rails that move resources around automatically. The game wants you to set up these typical production chains where raw materials go to a drill. Then rails take it to a smelter, then to fabricators that make more complex items, and finally to the orbital launcher. The map system requires you to activate these scanner things around the world that reveal the zones around them. The planet has different biomes that you can explore. Everything respawns after rupture, so if you clear an area of bugs and want to loot it, you have to do it before the next rupture hits. The whole thing supports up to 4-player co-op. The game's gonna be an early access release with one biome and the core mechanics, and they plan to add more biomes, enemies, buildings, and a story mode for the full release. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.